Welcome to The Guys Review, where we review media, products, and experiences. And occasionally people's buttholes.
Does Trey look like a zombie right now?
He does. His eyes are like whited out.
Yeah, sorry, I'm playing my video game.
What are you playing?
I'm so glad you're focused. I'm so glad you're focused on the podcast.
Well,
I'm nothing but professional all the time.
If it makes you feel any better, speaking of being focused on the podcast, I'm here, but I actually didn't get a chance to watch the movie, so.
Boo.
God damn you.
That's great.
Dude, we were traveling all weekend, and I had to go shopping today, and I couldn't get Ashley home. And I'll get into this a little bit more, but yeah, I'm still not feeling great from my weekend, which I'll explain to y'all in a little bit.
So I'm hearing excuses.
Yeah, there you go.
So did you end up getting a ticket that day?
Yes, I did. I got a $220 ticket.
Make sure you pay it and don't stick it in your door.
No, I know. I gotta do that. But my name is Steven. I'm one of your 4 co-hosts. Together with me today, we have Chris, Trey, and Tucker. Say hello, fellas.
Hello.
What's happening?
So today we're going to be reviewing the movie Boiler Room, episode 99. Tucker, this is your pick, so I'll let you, I've got all the info, of course, but I'll let you do the synopsis. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about our weeks. And let's see, Trey and Chris, you guys were here last week and with no one else, so why don't y'all, Chris, why don't you go first since Trey's playing a video game right now?
Hoist.
Hey, you know what, man? This was Thanksgiving week for us.
Yes, it was.
So had a good Thanksgiving. Got to see family and friends and everything else. I got to feed the football team before they left town.
Nice.
So, yep.
Are you sure they left? Because what we saw on Saturday was not a fucking football team.
Yeah.
They were there the first quarter.
They were there for the first 8 minutes.
Yeah.
In the last 5.
In the last 5.
That's fair.
Was the last 5 when they started putting their third strings in?
Pretty much.
When Alabama started putting their backups in, yes.
Yeah, like I said, I stopped watching that game after that.
They put the water boy and the equipment manager in there.
Are you talking about that punt that they said that he touched?
Yeah, I saw. I felt like
that was bullshit.
That was a bullshit.
I'm not watching this anymore. I see where it's going now.
Nice. Well, Chris, you got anything else to add to your week?
Nothing new is going on. I don't think they keep pushing my doctor's appointments off. I don't know why.
These are heart doctors.
Yeah.
Those might be important.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not going to say the place I'm going to, but they're pretty terrible, though.
I hope it's not.
Go ahead and say it.
Yeah, seriously.
No.
Go ahead and name drop them. Shit.
No, right? No, I'm not going to do that, man.
Maybe one of the doctors listens to us.
Yeah, right.
I said maybe.
Negative. They got way better things to do.
Obviously, they don't.
Well, yeah. They've heard you talking shit before. They're like, we don't want this asshole in here.
We know the real problem with him.
Yeah, exactly.
We should review the cardiologist in a couple of weeks when he finally gets to go.
Doctor's like, he's hanging out with those 3 assholes. That's his problem.
Dude, I went to a doctor a couple of weeks ago up here in North Carolina, and I was like, I need to get a cardiologist. And I got a referral, but I'm not going to see them until January, like mid-January.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
They're bad stuff too.
Yeah.
When the fuck did we start having cardiologists?
I started about a year. Yeah, exactly.
No, it's a broader we're getting old thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, all of us that, Chris and I have a cardiologist. Trey should, but he doesn't. So.
I don't.
Yeah, you will.
I'm sorry. Why do you assume I should have one?
Because you eat like shit and you're the biggest guy here.
Yeah, I mean, Tucker kind of gets it down there. At least if you had a cardio, you don't even use a real doctor though. You only go to the doctor when you're pretty much legally dead.
I'll tell you what, man. I get what you're saying. Tucker doesn't need a cardiologist. He needs a therapist to handle those issues he had when he was a little boy.
That's true. Yeah.
He's talking about when your uncle butt fucked you.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I really missed this.
I missed you too, buddy.
Trey, Chris, you got anything else to add, bud?
No, but hey, Trey always be coming by taking pictures of me. I busted him last time.
Did you really?
He caught me.
I did. I caught him in that last time.
Did you, Chris? Did you did you call him like a kitty diddler or something? Be like, hey, what's that guy taking pictures of us?
No, I've already told the people up front that I was like, this guy's going to come in and take pictures. Just don't acknowledge it and all. He's just going to do that.
That doesn't sound creepy at all.
No, not even a little bit.
They liked it when it
I don't want them
happened.
going back and saying stuff like, hey, some guy is coming in here taking pictures of people back there in the back. And it's like, then they'll all get like worried or something. So I was like, y'all don't worry about it. It's not nothing. It's one of my friends. Don't worry about that.
It just doesn't help that Trey does look a little bit like a child molester.
And like, he's my stalker.
Trey and Miss Anita.
Oh man, there we go.
Trey, how was your week, buddy?
Did she die?
I
mean, I don't know.
Yeah, my week's been good. I literally quit my job when I got back from the cruise.
What?
And then I started working from home for the new people. So yeah.
So wait. Your ex-boss paid for you to go on a cruise. You got back from the cruise and quit.
Yeah.
That's great.
Why did you quit? I thought that job was going great.
Like some things she was doing, like, just wasn't working out in my favor. So
what do you?
But he got a cruise out of it.
yeah.
Wait, you said you're working from home now, though?
I did last week, but I got to go back to the office tomorrow.
So what are you doing now?
Selling insurance.
Oh, so
For
just
who?
a different company.
For Allstate.
Okay.
Oh wait, so I have Allstate, so technically I'm your boss. That's awesome.
Depending on who your agent is.
It doesn't matter. You're in good hands with Allstate, and if I call you and need something, you're legally obliged to do it.
No, actually,
No, he's not.
I owe you nothing.
Yeah, if you're not under his agent, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
He's not. I'd take his opinion over yours as far as this goes.
Yeah.
Considering he's in the industry.
I'm going with what Adam says. If you're a client of Allstate, it doesn't matter who your agent is. If you call them up and say, "Hey, I need to file a claim," they got to do it.
No, I'll literally give you a phone number for you to do it.
Gotta call
I'm a good friend like that.
Played against him this week.
Well, congratulations, I guess, as long as you like it more than where you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the end goal is to end up with your own agency. So, like, I think this is
congratulations on fucking your boss over.
She did it to herself.
Did she though?
She did.
Did you know before you were going on the cruise that you were going to quit afterwards?
I went on the cruise having this job offer in my pocket, and then I was going to make my decision on the cruise, and it went like I thought it would. So, yeah.
Interesting. I want to hear more about this off.
Yes, I will be more than happy to discuss it more off the air.
That's fair. All right, Tucker, how was your week, bud?
I have moved up to within 6 points of the leader in the pick'ems, so it's been a good week.
So you're still in second place, and I missed 4 games, and you're only within 6 points.
That's your fault.
That's not saying much. I've missed 4 games every week.
Again, that is y'all's fault.
I've been doing horrible.
Yeah, your year has not been good.
Yeah, like I've been. It's either I missed my. I don't know, man. This probably is the worst year I've ever done, and I have no clue why. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I very early on thought about, because I wasn't sure how it was going to shake out. I was like, I need to talk to Chris and throw these picks at him and see. And then I was like, shit, I'm doing all right, and you're not doing that great. So I was like, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I just totally forgot this week.
I don't know if it's just like I think my problem is like I keep second guessing myself. Like I know that Bo Nix is awesome at home, but when he's away, he's total garbage.
Yeah.
But then as soon as he played away, I was like, they're going to pull this one off. I can see it happening. And it was like, no, it's Bo Nix. I forgot. last 3 possession, he turns it over or whatever. Go 3 and out. So, typical Bo Nix for you.
I can't remember if I picked Oregon or not.
See, then 2 weeks ago, I took the gamble because Bo Nix was game time decision. So I was like, he's game time decision. He's probably not going to play. So I was like, I'm taking the risk. I'm moving that one all the way down and going against Oregon. And no, that was a big mistake too.
I picked Oregon for 9 damn points too.
I think I picked some pretty high up there as well.
Your choice was either 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of the plus to it though. With missing the first couple, is that you don't take the risk of putting them, as your
higher up,
like we did. I mean, me and Tucker both. I think we put somebody. It was somebody off the wall.
Tucker had Ohio State for 9. You had them for 1, and then Tucker had Clemson for 8. You had Western Kentucky for 9, and I think that's Eastern Carolina for 10. And Tucker, you had Clemson for 8 and Western for 7. So,
but I picked some. I picked some long shots earlier. That
you had 9, 8, 7 in that. You had 9, 8, 7 in that first 4.
Any of those were long shots, though. Not really.
I mean,
if you would take South Carolina, that would have been the long shot.
Well, that's fair.
I mean, Clemson was favored in that game, 14, 17?
I still can't believe fucking Wake Forest lost to Duke.
Why? They both have about the same record.
We all picked Wake Forest. I picked Air Force. Everyone else picked San Diego. So
San Diego State, man. They were my team I rode high on last year. Them and UTSA.
Yeah.
They were the ones that set me up large at the beginning of the season last year because I took those guys as my 10 and 9 beginning of last year and all that kind of set the pace for me.
Yeah. Well, all right, Tucker. So you're in second place in the pick-em. What else you got going on?
That's it. I ate a lot of food. Hadn't had a solid shit in 3 days.
Nice, dude.
Living the trade life over here.
No lie, I took a shit the other night. I thought I felt like I shit out of a sequoia. I mean that thing was just like, I almost took a picture for y'all. It was this long. No lie.
Thank you for not doing that.
I felt it like I heard it slap up against the porcelain when it released. It made an audible sound when it hit the porcelain.
Did you get your poop stick out?
Man.
I thought I was gonna have to get a poop knife.
Poop knife.
I was afraid I was going to cut it up, but luckily everything went down all right.
Yeah, the bad news is since he moved, he couldn't find his old poop knife yet. He'd have to use a regular kitchen knife.
Well, yeah, of course. It's the one that I save for Tucker when he comes to visit. It's the little one that shows you how to hold it correctly. It's got the tractor fork that goes with it, so you can scoop food onto his fork.
Oh yeah, my little baby nephew's got that one. Y'all got nephew ones.
Yeah, exactly. I got him for Tucker when he goes to visit.
Him got a little bib too, don't he?
Of course, him's got a little bit. One of those bibs that catches. It's got the cup at the bottom.
Hims does.
Yes, Hims does. What else?
Fucking stupid.
What else? You got anything else to add, Tucker?
Nope.
Nice. All right, my week was pretty good too. It was a short week, obviously, with work, Thanksgiving, all that stuff. So we went over to Knoxville to visit my family. So, as y'all, I think y'all know my brother's a pothead, right? I've discussed this before with y'all. Maybe.
Well, it was more than pot, but okay.
No, it's mostly just pot.
Well, not after this week.
No. I mean, it is. So, well, no, yeah. So my brother shows up and he says, he tells my mom, "This is what you're getting for Christmas," and he holds up a jar. He's like, I was like, "What is that?" And he's like, "It's sugar." I was like, "Okay." And he goes, "But he takes weed and he like bakes it to activate the THC, puts it in pure grain alcohol, lets it evaporate, and then the resulting powder is basically pure THC. So then he mixes that into like sugar, and so it's like sugar.
That's that. At that point, it's not weed; it's actually a controlled substance. Congratulations.
Yes. Yeah. So, anyways,
but it's legal where he lives. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Totally legal. And so we're at Thanksgiving. Like my whole family is there, and towards the end of it, he was like, "Hey, I'm going to go put some of that sugar on my banana pudding," and I was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll try some too." Thinking, yeah, because I'm thinking like, "Oh, I'll get a little buzz, just hanging out, nothing going on." So he's like, he's like, I'm going to do a tablespoon. You should probably only do a teaspoon. I said, look, I don't smoke hardly ever at all. Like, this is not a thing that I do. I said, just give me half. I just want a half. Like, I just want a nice little buzz. Nothing.
Do you pour half the stuff on it?
So he poured put half a teaspoon on my banana pudding. Ashley got the other half just to clarify. Okay. So
that's what you want to give a diabetic that's had a stroke is weed sugar.
If anything, it raises the blood sugar, but it lowers the blood pressure. So, plus she has an insulin pump, so she knows it. She knew exactly how much sugar she got, so she knew how much to program. So, anyways, after lunch, my daughter and her two cousins, they want to go on a golf cart ride. So I was like, okay, I'll drive you. So I'm driving them, and I'm like, I could feel it a little bit. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Like, I'm just feeling relaxed. I'm like, this is gonna be nice. I get back to the
buzz
house.
driving is drunk driving.
That's right. DUI. Throw it on there.
I know, Tucker. I know. And I know you didn't drink and drive last night, right?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So
Of course I didn't drink and drive last night. I drank, then I drove.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't eat weed sugar and drive. I ate it, then drove. So we're good. So then Ashley wants to go for a ride. So we're on the golf cart, we're driving around, and she starts getting the giggles, which I start then giggling. And I'm in this thought loop of like laughing at myself because I know that I'm high, and I also know that I'm 40 years old and that I'm high, and I find that hilarious. And so it's just a circle of just me. I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard, right? So we get back to the house. I'm standing outside. I'm talking to my brother. I'm talking to Ashley, and then I just cannot stand anymore, and I have to sit down. And it just overwhelms me, dude. I ended up I had to go lay down. Like, it got really bad. It was not a lot of fun after about the first hour. It took about 2.5 more hours before I started feeling okay. Like, it made me nauseous. Dude, I was so fucking high. Like, I just can't even explain. And it was, unfortunately, that part was not fun. Like, I didn't want to move. I didn't want to talk. It took a while to get over, but finally did get over it. I'm still, today, 2 days later, I'm still a little, because we did this on Friday. So I'm still a little, like, kind of cloudy, a little foggy in the brain.
Got that groggy feeling.
Yeah. Like, it's not quite like a hangover, but it's just cloudy. I don't know how else to explain it,
No, I get it.
Question: your brother was not a great student, was he, in school?
No, not really.
Okay, so you're trusting him to like basically work out some sort of chemistry to create this.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, at one point, I remember laying there saying, like, I feel so bad. Like, I thought I was going to die, but I also knew that, like, you can't overdose, like, on weed. So I knew I wasn't going to die, but I was worried about dying. And I did ask my brother, I was like, you didn't lace this with anything, did you? Because, like, I would close my eyes and it would be like, as I explained to him, I could see stuff. It was like a cartoon that was just continuous. It would just run. Like, it would just, like, morph into different things that I was watching behind my eyelids.
Actually, you can OD on THC.
Yep.
Just FYI.
But it has to be
It's rare. It's rare.
Yeah, I'm sure it has to be more than
you can do it.
Thing.
Yeah, I think it's going to have to be more than half a teaspoon. So
yeah.
Well, you also don't know how concentrated it was. So,
I mean, truthfully, as long as he's done shit like this, I trusted him obviously enough to try it and everything.
You're a better man than me.
I mean, I agree with that statement, but not just because of this.
Anyway, all right, let's move on.
So, anyways, all right. Well, I don't have an email. I did speak to Marcus briefly earlier today, and he's apparently
he doesn't have excuses.
I know
he doesn't have excuses. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving. He's fucking fired.
No, he's getting late, is what's happening.
Wait, do communists not celebrate Thanksgiving?
No, they have nothing to be thankful for.
Oh, that's not true. They got to be thankful the Fuhrer doesn't do things to them.
He's thankful he's not in the Ukraine right now.
That's probably true. Actually,
is there a bitch on your screen?
There is a bitch on your screen.
Oh, that's a dog.
But anyways, if you do want me to read an email for you, Poorly, Send it to theguysreviewpod@gmail.com, or you can join our Twitter DM group at @the_guysreview. Like to tweet at the top of the page. We'll throw you in, and you can make fun of us in real time. Hey, Chris and Trey, since you weren't here for your own Monty Python movie, do you have a rating and review to give it?
Yeah. Okay. So here's my thing about that, man. That thing was really good back when I was a kid, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it a lot when I was a kid, but watching it now as an adult, dude, I gotta give that thing about 3.5 beers.
Wow.
It drug on, like it just drug on, and I was just like, just in, you know.
I mean, I'm with you. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with the maturity thing has definitely taken a toll on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm surprised to hear 3.5 considering you chose the movie. So okay.
I know, right? It's one that I'm shocked that. Well, I went into it. I was thinking, hell yeah, Monty Python. That's
I know, right? Exactly.
Well, you know, but it was a recommendation by my brother. He wanted us to do it. He was like,
Okay.
"Can y'all do Monty Python?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, the next time I do my pick, I'm gonna do Monty Python." And so I was like, that's why I decided to do it. But again, I was like, teenage Chris loved it, but adult Chris is like, this stuff is
yeah.
It's almost hard to get through. It was like
it's so silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trey, what about you, buddy? Have you seen Monty Python?
Absolutely. I actually am going to go like half a beer.
Wow.
Oh.
It's
Jesus Christ.
It's an all-time classic to me. You know, highly quotable, like one of the top 5 quotable movies in my repertoire.
Agreed. I mean, that's one of the things Tucker and I talked about is that, I mean, coming up on 50 years later, it's still kind of in the American zeitgeist. You know, you can say "'Tis but a scratch" and everyone knows what you're talking about.
Yep.
Or Run Away.
That's true, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think there's plenty of other movies you can do that with too. That like whenever you look back, you're like, oh gosh, you know, does that hold up? You know, I do agree. It's got a bunch of like catchy lines and all that.
It's still culturally relevant.
Fair.
So
I thought that was pretty amusing, like how they had just one castle that they used, and they used like different sides of that castle to record, and then they had a cardboard cutout or something like that of another castle that they drew up or something.
Camelot.
Yeah.
It's only a model.
Yeah, that was funny. I mean, I gave it after knowing little facts like that, I was like, that's funny that he said that, considering that that's what it was.
Yep, that's what it's supposed to be. All right, well, Tucker, we're gonna move on with Boiler Room. I'll give the info and then I'll let you do the plot synopsis. Cool.
Yeah, actually, I think you should give the synopsis since you watched the movie and everything.
No, I didn't watch the movie.
Ooh,
I didn't watch it, but I mean, I can do it because I've got Wikipedia pulled up right here.
I'm just saying, you could have watched it today. It's only 2 hours.
Man, I'm sorry. I apologize. Hey, at least I'm here. We're still recording. All right, directed by
Trey.
I know I am pulling a Trey. Well, he usually doesn't, or he says he hadn't watched it and has, or I don't know, whatever. I thought about trying to guess, but I'm not gonna pull an Independence Day. Boiler Room.
You should. That would be great. I can tell you right now, it ain't got shit to do with the boiler room. I can know that.
That's true. Nothing to do with an actual boiler room.
That's the first thing Taylor asked me. She said, "Hey, is this like a horror movie?" I was like, "No, not at all. It's about some stockbrokers."
Yeah.
How does it called Boiler Room? That sounds like a horror movie name. I was like, "Well,
come on, say it how she says it."
Why is it called Boiler Room? Damn that.
Chris, this is stupid.
She would have watched it. She would have thought that.
All right. Boiler Room is directed by Ben Youngert. Stars Giovanni Ribisi, Vin Diesel, Nia Long, Nikki Katz, Scott Caan, and Ben Affleck. It was released on February 18th, 2000 on a budget of $7 million, which is $12.1 million today in 2022. Grossed $28 million, which is $48.5 million today. Ratings: IMDb gives it a 7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes at 66%. Metacritic at 63%. Google users. Who wants to go first? Chris?
I'm going to go with about 42.
Trey?
74.
Tucker.
75.
Trey hit it on the nose. 74.
Damn.
Oh, suck
Yes.
Good job, Trey.
Well done.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna bore y'all with Marcus's long award thing because there are no awards. First time you saw the movie.
Today.
Spoiler: I've never seen it. So
First time I saw it was today.
Saw it in college.
All right. You saw it in college?
Yeah.
and Tucker, I know you've been talking about this for a while now.
Man, I saw this movie. I had a sales job when I was younger, and the guy that was our trainer told us to watch this movie, to watch the original Wall Street, and to watch Glengarry Glen Ross, to help figure out how to be a salesperson. They said you could pick up some actually good tips from the movie. So I watched it then. I was late teens.
Dude, that's
So
horrible. He's
we
gonna
weren't selling.
He's gonna recommend you to follow the trace of a guy who takes all the people's money off of fake ass stocks. Kind of horrible individual did you work for?
Better than what Gordon
his,
Gekko did in Wall Street.
I was gonna say it was his uncle.
That's horrible.
Nah.
He's a horrible individual.
So is this all about it's all a Ponzi scheme?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sort of.
It's a lot like, you know how you get that thing about you get a phone call about extended warranty on your car?
Yeah. Everyone
Yeah.
does.
Did you ever see Wolf?
It's
Did you ever
the
see
same
Wolf of Wall
people.
Street?
Of course.
This is the 2000s version of Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
No. This movie is about, like, you know, you get those phone calls, those telemarketer calls, they're talking about your Apple product has been damaged, and it's like some foreign ass people, and they're just trying to rip you out of your money. That's what this is.
I have been getting the texts.
They're horrible individuals, all of them in this movie.
I've been getting texts about my that my Netflix account has been hacked or something, and I need to reset my password. And it's weird that they text me about it because that's not how they would contact you. But anyways,
Of course it is. That's
thing.
totally legit. It's totally legit.
Trey, you said the first time you saw us was in college, right?
I don't see Trey around anymore.
I don't either. He took off. All right. Oh, I hear Whitney.
You're saying your name on it. Oh, what's up, guys?
Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's not that important. All right.
Sorry, up in the bedroom.
He was asking for some clarification on the first time you saw the movie.
It's all good.
College.
College.
Literally saw it like my sophomore year.
I'm just glad you have a shirt on this time, personally.
I can fix that.
No, that's good.
No, we're good. We're good.
God.
Oh,
Jesus.
Where's little man?
Put it away.
He's around.
Put it away.
Not the same.
Trey's gonna start a version of OnlyFans where he sends you nude pictures every week until you pay him $15 to stop.
I've thought about doing that. All right, Tucker.
All right.
I think.
All right.
Feedfinder.com, baby.
Absolutely.
Come on.
In 1999, Seth Davis, a Queens College dropout, runs an unlicensed casino in his home near campus, catering to the college students. Although he earns a successful living, he is a disappointment to his father, Marty, a New York City federal judge. One night, his cousin Adam stops by the casino to play blackjack, bringing a rich associate named Greg Weinstein along with him. Greg recruits Seth to join J.T. Marlin, a brokerage firm based somewhere off the Long Island Expressway, promising him that he has the opportunity to get rich. Arriving at J.T. Marlin, Seth attends a group interview and learns from Jim Young, one of the co-founders of the firm, what is expected of his work and also how he can become a millionaire, which he assures to the new applicants will happen within 3 years of their first day of employment at J.T. Marlin. The firm's techniques are selling through cold calling investors. Seth joins as a stockbroker trainee, having to close 40 accounts and pass a Series 7 exam to begin working independently. The brokers love to quote insider trader Gordon Gekko from Wall Street, seeing him as a role model. He is soon making a good living as well as winning his father's approval and embarking on a romance with Abby Halpert, a secretary and Greg's ex-girlfriend.
It's a good start. Big chunk of it.
Yeah.
Go.
So wait, you said they actually quoted the Gordon Gecko?
Yeah, they there was a scene in the movie where they're over at Richie's house, who's played by Scott Can or Con. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. Where they're watching Wall Street, and they're all taking turns quoting Gordon Gecko and other characters from the movie Wall Street.
Yeah, that's not. I'm kind of with Chris. That's not necessarily a good thing.
I don't know. I love the movie Wall Street. The first
Yeah,
one, Money Never Sleeps, wasn't as good.
Are you sure they were at Scott Kahn's house?
They said it was Richie's house. I'm pretty sure that was Richie.
I don't. Okay.
Yeah, Scott Conn was Richie.
Okay, that's fine.
So this movie is loaded down with a bunch of big actors that really weren't that big back then. You've got Giovanni Ribisi, you've got Vin Diesel, Ben Affleck's probably the biggest name in this movie. Scott Can, whatever his name is. Jamie Kennedy's in it. Tom Everett Scott, Ron Rifkin. I mean, this movie has a huge cast. Ron Rifkin has been around for a while, been in a lot of stuff, but
I feel like it's like a huge cast of people who like never really made it too big though.
What? You have Tweeter?
Yeah.
They're like a bunch of one-off movie people. That's what they are.
Vin Diesel,
Vin Diesel. You got Jamie Kennedy.
All the rest of them. He's right about the Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel's probably the one who made the biggest out of all those. But
Ben
Affleck. It's like, I mean,
Giovanni Ribisi's been in a ton of shit.
Yeah. And you got to think he was in Friends before he was in this.
Exactly. He was
exactly. So he's been. These guys have been in a ton of fucking movies, but they're all so young in this.
But here's what I'm trying to say, though. Well, I'm saying you're right. He was in Friends, but was he one of the 5 friends or 6 friends, whatever it was?
No.
6 of them.
He was. Right. He was a recurring character. He was in.
That's a recurring character. So was the coffee guy.
Gunther. Yeah. So was Tom Selleck.
Like, I mean, it wasn't one of the main characters though. He was just there.
But you can still have an important role and be a recurring character.
Yeah, he was Phoebe's brother. He was Phoebe's brother.
Right.
I mean, look, Ben Affleck got like second billing in this movie, and he's in the movie for like 14 minutes.
I was going to say, Giovanni Ribisi looks like he's got top billing.
He does have top billing. Ben Affleck was pretty high up there, but is that co-star? But he's not hardly in the movie, but for a couple of really big scenes.
Who's Gina? Who was that name?
Giovanni
Ribisi.
Who's that?
He's the main character.
Brother.
Oh, Phoebe's brother.
Yeah,
he's the main character of the movie.
That should tell you all you need to know about this movie if that's your main character.
What, Phoebe's brother?
Yeah, that should tell you if that's your main character, that should tell you everything you need to know about this movie right here.
He was also a professional car thief in Gone in 60 Seconds. He was a medic in Saving Private Ryan. I mean, the guy's been in a ton of shit.
Again, he was a medic? Was he one of the main characters in
Yes.
He was one of the main characters.
Oh wait, yeah, you like was it? He was in no, he wasn't. Was he in the Avatar bullshit movie?
He was in A Million Ways to Die in the West. He was in
Avatar.
He was in Avatar.
He was in Avatar.
He was like the manager.
In Avatar.
Yeah.
He was the corporate guy.
Let you know more about this movie right now.
He was in the Mod Squad. He was in Gone in 60 Seconds. Lost in Translation.
60 Seconds.
It's a good movie.
What is Lost in Translation?
No,
that's a garbage movie.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's a garbage movie.
Wait, are you talking about Gone in 60 Seconds?
That's Nicolas Cage's movie, right?
Yeah.
He was in A Million Ways to Die in the West. I mean, like I said, this guy's been in a ton of shit.
Yeah, that's a blockbuster here right there.
It's Nicolas Cage and Angelina Jolie.
Because you're in a bunch of movies doesn't mean shit. Ron Howard's brother's in a bunch of damn movies.
Fair.
Ron Howard's.
It doesn't mean shit. It just means you're in a bunch of damn movies.
I mean, Ron Jeremy's been in a bunch of movies too, and he's a shitty actor.
Okay, so
is he though?
Same with
shitty actor.
Same with Steven Seagal.
Thanks for proving my point. He's a shitty actor.
So we're comparing Giovanni Ribisi now to Ron Jeremy. That's what this
Steven
turned into.
Seagal.
And
Yes.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, there you go, Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal's a better actor
But
than
at
Ron
least
Jeremy.
Steven Seagal had the lead role in every movie he was in.
Well, Giovanni Ribisi has the lead role in this one, so
Yeah,
you can't start out in the lead. You got to work up to it.
I do love the opening statement that he gives in this movie. Though he says you've either got a wicked jump shot or you're slinging crack rock, and that's the only ways to become a millionaire.
Notorious B.I.G.
Exactly.
Is that a real quote?
Probably.
I think it's actually lyrics.
Well, whatever. I don't listen to talking music.
You know what I thought about the other day, man? Somebody was talking to me about that. They were saying something about all this new country is just talking music. And then I realized Reba McEntire was nothing but damn talking music. You ever listen to one of her songs? All she does is freaking talking the whole damn thing.
I will have to listen to a Reba song.
What?
Yeah, but Fancy Don't Let Her Down.
She's talking like the whole damn time.
No, she's not.
She's got one little area there. The what's it called?
There is some talking lyrics to it. Chris has a point.
It's talking the whole time.
It's conversational. Like, it's telling the story, and then she hits that fucking powerful part that she sings and then pulls it back into the story.
Yep, and she just tells the story. She does it with the other, I can't remember the other big-ass song she has, but all of her songs, she just talks. And then,
she's had a ton of big-ass songs.
Okay, and I still said that has nothing to do with anything. I was just saying she does a lot of damn talking. That's why she still got a singing career, because all she did was fucking talk during her songs.
Anyway,
What?
gradually, Seth learns that JT Marlin is a chop shop brokerage firm that runs a pump and dump, using his brokers to create artificial demand in the stock of expired or fake companies and speculative penny stocks. When the firm is done pumping the stock, the firm founders sell and trade for legitimate stocks for record profits. However, the investors then have no one to sell their shares to in the market when the price of the stock plummets, causing them to lose their investments. The FBI agents investigating the firm decide to pursue Seth, hoping to make him their informant.
So that's Giovanni Ribisi's character?
Yes.
Yeah, Seth is, yeah.
So
this sounds just like The Wolf of Wall Street.
It is. It was actually loosely based on Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
It's not as it's like I said, it's a 2000 version.
Yeah.
But you meet a lot of these characters, like Nicky Katt's character, Ben Affleck's character. They've all got Ferraris and Lamborghinis and like super high end cars and do what?
The ugly ass yellow ass car.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Affleck is talking in his recruiting speech with these people. He's like, he says, I've got a Ferrari 355 Cabriolet. I've got a ridiculous house in South Fork. I'm liquid. I'm 27 years old. I'm a multimillionaire, trying to get these kids to recruit it into their scheme.
I will say this, man, about the movie, and this goes for any of the movies out there that he's in. When Ben Affleck plays a complete asshole, that's his best role.
Like Mallrats.
I liked him in The Town, though.
Huh?
I liked him in The Town.
The Town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tortured good guy, like surrounded by bad guys.
Fair enough.
I mean, he was a shitty Batman.
Yeah, but again, like I said, when he plays an asshole, he's pretty good, though.
Well, let's be honest. Batman's the worst of all superheroes.
What are y'all smoking? A, he wasn't a shitty Batman, and B, Batman's one of the best. He's like the smartest man alive. He's an incredible detective.
No, he's wealthy. Okay. He has somebody that he pays at his company to make all the shit.
Depends on.
Yeah, he's no Tony Stark.
He is. They're exactly the same. Tony Stark.
No, they're not.
Tony Stark ain't shit without his damn suit. Batman at least knows martial art and stuff. Tony don't know shit.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. But Bruce Wayne couldn't build the Iron Man suit. Tony built that.
He absolutely could, because he builds the iron suit to fight Superman.
But he couldn't.
He knows how to do karate in that shit.
You'd have to hire the people at Batman Enterprises.
Okay, so
it's Wayne Enterprise, not Batman
Wayne
Enterprise.
I would take Batman any day over Iron Man.
You're talking about like Lucian Fox from the oh god. Oh my god.
Dark Knight.
Yeah, the Dark Knight movies.
Wait, isn't Lucian Fox the cross-dressing MMA fighter?
Jesus Christ.
In the comics, he developed his own stuff, is what I was trying to get at. He didn't have help. He developed his own stuff. He developed his own tech because he don't want anyone to know who he is. I think in those movies, they just wanted, I don't know, maybe they got Morgan Freeman and they were like, what do we do with him? Let's make him a developer guy. Sure, he'll show up. Awesome. Let's do it.
Michael Keaton is the only Batman I recognize.
Fact. I'll take
I'm
that.
okay with that. You know,
He is.
Now,
He's
what
the
about
best
what about
Batman.
Adam West?
Well, he
No.
comes-
What about
Adam
Adam
West is a boy fucker.
oh my God. What?
Adam West was a boy fucker
Why are you saying those words in that order?
because he was the one that was riding around with Robin all dressed out gay like that.
Hold on. It's time for a legal disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed by Trey Story are his and solely his, and do not reflect those of the rest of the members of the podcast.
Oh my God.
I'm
mean,
not getting sued.
They were both wearing, well,
I don't think Adam West can sue me.
yeah, he's
I get it.
dead.
I mean, Robin was like, holy bat tickle.
Oh God.
God.
Jesus.
Look at that. You can see Tucker's childhood get ruined again.
The last flicker of hope extinguished in his eyes.
Batman does have the best villains, though.
Yeah, that's fair. The Joker is one of the best villains of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Green Arrow's got some pretty good villains because you got Deathstroke. Deathstroke's a pretty badass villain.
The Batman, the animated series Joker, voiced by Luke Skywalker,
Mark Hamill
is the best Joker.
Nah, Heath Ledger's the best Joker.
No.
Yeah, Heath Ledger's the best Joker.
I'm just being honest.
It's-
Jack is better than Heath was.
I
would
like
say-
it. I'll allow that.
I don't know about better. I mean, Heath was good on it. He was very dark, but I liked Mark Hamill's just because there was way more depth. I mean, because you had so much more episodes with him, there's way more depth of character.
Well, yeah, because all you had to do is go in there and read it.
Well, yeah. But still, and the animation and everything like that. Because there's one, what was it? There was one where they revealed who it was and he got pissed off. He didn't want to know who Batman really was.
Yeah. It takes away from the chase.
Yeah, the fun.
Yep. I
All right.
will agree with you. It does go into more of an emotional tell and everything with the Mark Hamill Joker
Yeah.
and all.
I agree. All right, Tucker, keep going, buddy.
Tucker!
Seth passes a Series 7 exam and becomes a broker. He then contacts Harry Renard, the purchasing manager of a gourmet foods company. Although Harry is reluctant, he gives in after Seth lies that the stock is guaranteed to go up in value. Seth sells him 100 shares at $8 each. When the stock values drop, Harry calls back to ask why the stock has done so poorly, only to have Seth persuade him to buy more worthless shares. The stock eventually tanks, costing Harry his savings and his family. Feeling guilty for scamming Harry, Seth resolves to shut the firm down. His father, Marty, then disowns him, accusing him of destroying people's lives. Seth investigates further, discovering that the firm's founders are already preparing to abandon J.T. Marlin, destroy the records, and cut ties with their employees to rebrand and start their scheme under a new name, leaving their victims to face a lengthy legal battle without much hope of recovering their money. Seth shows up at his father's office and tearfully explains that he shut down his casino and went along with a highly criminal line of work that he thought was legal to gain his family's approval. He then requests that his father help him on an IPO scheme to rob the firm of their money and bring them down, hoping that his actions, while illegal, will recover enough of J.T. Marlin's victims. Will recover enough money to help J.T. Marlin's victims. There we go. Although Marty initially refuses due to the risk of losing his judgeship, he calls Seth the next day, reconciling with him and offering to help him with the scheme.
Dun, dun, dun!
Wow. This sounds like it might be an interesting movie.
This is actually what we're approaching the denouement in the movie.
The
Bum,
what?
bum, bum.
The
Pull out the bum, bum, bum.
apex,
Wow.
the most exciting parts.
Yeah, I probably should have watched
Um,
this. It sounds pretty good.
It really is good.
It actually is pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. So, Trey, that Harry Renard guy, I've seen him in something before, but I can't figure out where I've seen it before. Can you help me out with that?
Yeah, let me look up and see who he is, and I can tell you.
Who?
the family man that had his life savings stolen. I have seen him in some shit, and I didn't have a chance to look it up and see what it was. I'm trying to do that now.
Taylor Nichols.
Yeah. Oh, he was in Jurassic Park 3 in Congo. That may be what I've seen him in.
Never
Yeah.
seen those.
Couldn't help you with that. Never saw those.
You never saw Congo?
Nope. Is that the Mighty Joe Young shit?
I mean,
No,
it
that's
does
a
have
Michael Crichton movie.
Congo's a good movie.
Yeah, it's based on a Michael Crichton book.
Oh, well, I'm out. I'm not reading any Jurassic Park fucking bullshit.
Of course not. He was in The Walking Dead, one episode of The Walking Dead.
I will tell you all this past week I bought a book.
10,
So suck it.
What?
Did it have pictures?
It does have pictures.
Okay. What's it a book for?
It's murder maps. So it'll tell
It's
you
a
like
masturbatory aid.
it's literally it's a book that details all sorts of murders across the United States and Europe.
Okay.
You bought a murder map book?
I did.
Are you trying to get tips?
Nah, these are like from like the 1800s, early 1900s.
Trying to figure out how to not get caught.
Yeah, I wouldn't
think I
take
could do
tips from the 1800s. It's just me though.
No, I mean like all these people literally got caught, so you know.
I guess so.
But no, I think I could pull one off and not get caught.
I mean, you could, but you don't need to talk about it. You don't need to have your cell phone with you, and you don't need to do it where you live.
Well, yes, those
From
are
what you've been told.
No, well, yeah.
Allegedly.
There
I was
you go.
told that by someone in law enforcement. I don't know.
This comes back to that thing we were talking about the other one of the other podcasts where, like, you also need to make sure you check your surroundings because now everybody's got Ring doorbells. You know,
This is true.
and just CCTVs and all that. So, you know,
Yeah, I think that to pull off a scheme like these guys at JT Marlin were doing, which is, I mean, it's basically like a giant Ponzi scheme or a like I said, a pump and dump. I don't know how you would get away with that today with all the oversight from the SEC and everything else.
Well, because of
people are still doing this.
yeah, I was going to say that still goes on right now.
Okay, so yes, Bitcoin with crypto, yes, but that's unregulated. That's decentralized.
No, I'm talking about like stocks do this. It still happens on the exchanges.
Pump and dumps are illegal as fuck, and if you get caught, you go to federal prison.
Well, yes, but it still happens.
You can still do it though.
I mean, can you?
Yes.
Because you don't hear about it that often.
Well, because they haven't been caught.
Let me finish this game, and I will go find some for you.
So wait a minute. I mean, like,
thanks for prioritizing us, Trey.
Anytime.
We're glad you're here.
Well, I mean, I'm present.
Are you though?
yeah, I still
Physically,
think
does
it goes
not
on.
really count.
It just goes on in different ways. Like you've got those, you know, those little scam center calls from like India and all that. That pretty much.
But that's a little different than
Giving your money to invest.
They're attempting identity theft.
No,
They're not trying to get you to buy stocks in a bogus company.
Okay.
Because they're going to use your identity to make fake credit cards, right?
Or open accounts in your name, or
Yeah, exactly.
steal your. I mean, they're going to steal from you, yeah, but it's a little more. I mean, I guess it's the same type of criminalistic behavior, but it's a little different.
So you're wanting this to be brought back, is what you're saying?
Do what?
So you want somebody to do this, is what you're saying?
No, I'm saying you don't hear about it that much.
Because they haven't been caught.
Because it's really, really hard to do and not get caught, because the Securities and Exchange Commission frown very, very highly upon this sort of thing.
Well, yeah, because it's illegal, just like in this movie, and they got caught.
All right. Southern District of California from 5 days ago. 4 defendants indicted for securities fraud, conducting international pump and dump scheme, and money laundering.
There you go.
International.
Yeah, I just don't hear about it that often.
I don't. Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, I follow stock news pretty regularly.
That sounds really boring.
Trying to make money.
He's got about 1,000 stocks in creatine.
I mean, I do the penny stocks as well, but I mean, on Robinhood or whatever that other one's called.
Seth is eventually arrested by the FBI and is brought into their custody along with his father, as the Bureau had discovered their IPO scheme from a tape-recorded conversation. The FBI offer him federal immunity if he agrees to testify against J.T. Marlin once all the suspects are brought into court, and threaten to involve Marty in order to assure Seth's cooperation. Seth asserts that he will testify against the firm and provide strong evidence of their illegal practices only if his father is released. He and the agents come to an agreement on this, with Seth being kept overnight. After that, it is implied that he will be free to go, as the FBI will proceed to raid the building and prosecute everybody inside. Seth returns to work the next day and goes along with the FBI's instructions to make copies of investment files onto a floppy disk to be used as evidence. Before leaving, Seth attempts to get Harry's money back. He lies to Michael Brantley, the company's founder, by explaining that the firm can lose a lot of money by refusing to continue to do business with Harry, who Seth makes out to be an important prospect at a make-or-break point. Brantley agrees to proceed, offering him shares of the next IPO with a caveat that he will not sell the shares until the firm has sold off theirs. In order to sell the shares behind Michael's back, Seth needs a sell ticket signed by a senior broker, something that his direct supervisor, Greg, has said that he would not do. He seeks a signing from Chris Vardick, who's played by Vin Diesel, explaining that he may as well do one right thing in helping a severely hit investor make his money back now that the firm will be raided, and soon enough there will be no future in continuing business at J.T. Marlin. Chris reluctantly agrees and proceeds to escape the building in an attempt to flee federal enforcement. Seth walks out to his car, deciding what to do with his life now that his ties with J.T. Marlin are finished. As he departs in his car, several FBI cars, buses, and tow trucks enter the parking lot, with agents storming out, ready to raid the building.
That's how it
In
ends?
the movie. Yep.
So you don't even get to see the raid.
You see the beginning of it. You see him starting to rush into the
You
office
get to see
building.
what happens with Harry and his money, or Harvey, or whatever his name is.
So interesting little tidbit about this. This may be in your trivia, Stephen, but there was actually an alternate ending where Harry was going to go and kill Seth, and they pass each other walking out of the building before the FBI shows up to do the raid. Like, he didn't recognize him. He'd only ever heard him on the phone, so he didn't know who he was.
So he was going to walk up there with a gun. They were going to end up getting his ass, and he was probably going to get locked up too.
I mean, probably if you shoot somebody in a office building with.
I'm assuming that where they're at, they probably don't have like carry laws there.
I mean, they imply this is New York, so because they call it the Long Island Expressway. So they talk about Wall Street a lot. They say it's an hour off of Wall Street, so it's implied that this is New York.
Yeah.
Interesting. All righty. Trey, you got anything to add, bud? Or are you still playing your game?
Oh, I'm still playing, but great movie. Love it.
What are you playing, by the way?
Warzone.
So this movie came out in 99, 2000. Do y'all remember the old movies where a floppy disk could like destroy the world?
Yes. Like
the little 3.5 inch
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. I mean, the damn thing held what?
Couple of
megabytes or some shit.
Maybe.
And that could like set off all the nuclear weapons in the world or something.
Not even one song.
Right, yeah.
I remember someone I read this story or something where like a kid in high school saw a 3.5 inch floppy disk and said, how did you 3D print the save icon?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll make you feel old.
Yeah, no shit. All right. Well, since we're at the end of the movie, we'll do top five trivia, Triple Lindy, and then we'll get into our ratings and reviews. Sound good? Great. Don't really care. All right, top five trivia. Number one, the plot is loosely inspired by Jordan Belfort. If you don't remember, Jordan Belfort was the primary inspiration for the Wolf of Wall Street and has been a standard in a few films since. So kind of already covered that. Giovanni Ribisi plays a college dropout in this film. The director is a college graduate from the same school that Ribisi character dropped out of, Queens College. Kind of neat little.
It's probably why he picked it.
Exactly, probably it. The scene outside of Greg's house, they couldn't move the car. They couldn't move the car because they didn't have the keys. Ben Affleck had been sitting, in the car earlier, listening to music before the scene was shot, and had accidentally taken the keys with him when he left. So they had to leave the car in the scene.
Wait, which car?
The car in front of his house.
Oh, is that the one where he was like looking through the windows of the car?
Probably.
Like y'all remember that scene? Like he walks up to the car, he starts looking through the windows, and he kind of walks around it and goes away from it.
Is it outside of Greg's house?
Yes.
Yes. That would be the one. The chips in Giovanni Ribisi's casino were made by American Standard Molding, which is the same company that makes a lot of sets of chips for home games and casinos. So basically standard chips. And number five, last one. A few of the actors have starred in other films together to connect some of our previous films together also. Giovanni Ribisi has started with Scott Caan in Gone in 60 Seconds and with Vin Diesel in Saving Private Ryan, which we did just a couple of weeks ago.
We haven't done Gone in 60 Seconds yet.
No, but we did Saving Private Ryan. So
yeah, we need to do that one.
No, I'm okay with it.
At some point.
All right, Triple Lindy.
The Triple Lindy. Triple Lindy.
Is that hard?
That's impossible.
All righty, Triple Lindy. Who wants to start with this? Trey, you got a Triple Lindy for us?
I'm going to go with the judge helping to, steal money from a crooked firm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's fair enough. A federal judge too, right?
Yeah, he was a federal judge.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I think he would probably know enough people that he could get a call and, hey, protect my son. This is what's going on there.
Well, that was his plan, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
He said he was needing him to get in touch with, I forgot who it was, but somebody, and it got recorded.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the phones were tapped.
That's how he got in trouble.
Gotcha. Okay. Chris, you got Triple Lindy for us?
My Triple Lindy would be that in that big firm with all those stockbrokers and all those guys having all that power and everything else, that the secretary would fall for Seth. The weakest character in there.
Really?
He walks around like he's just like this frail little rabbit in there.
Well, maybe she takes pity on him.
He's the one that gets the secretary. The only woman in the office,
Maybe she felt bad for him.
Sure.
I don't know. Okay. Tucker, how about you, bud?
I got to go with Trey on this, man. I think that a federal judge getting involved in a pump and dump scheme would be kind of far-fetched.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's a lifetime appointment. You're guaranteed to get paid for the rest of your life.
Even if it's your own son?
Like was said earlier, I think there's strings that can be pulled.
Well, he was. He was going to pull the strings for him. He was going to help him pull the strings.
No, he wasn't. He was getting him in touch with somebody that could because he wanted to stay out of it.
Right.
Give him plausible deniability.
Right. And even whenever he's at the station and they're arresting him, he's like, you don't have nothing on me, so you got to let me go. If they wouldn't have that recording.
Yeah, but they did have that recording.
I feel like, I don't know, man. It's y'all's Triple Lindy. But I'm just saying, I feel like that one seems very plausible to me.
All right.
Now, if it was like just a federal judge that had nothing at all, no like son or daughter in the situation, then yeah, definitely. I'd say
hey,
you're
son,
right.
I'll get you the best attorney that money can buy, but I'm not committing a federal crime for you.
That's probably the smart way to handle it.
So he's like, let me help you do it the right way. Or not the right way, but let me help you try to get out of this.
Again, I'll get you the best attorney money can buy, but I'm not committing a federal crime for you.
That's fair. All right, ratings and reviews. Trey, you want to go first again?
Yeah, this is a one beer movie. I like the all-star cast. I think it's pretty well written. You know, to have no real action, it's very well written dialogue. Keeps you interested.
It is very heavy on the dialogue.
A 2 hour long drama, basically. So yeah, I can see that. That's fair. All right, Chris, how about you, bud?
I gotta go the opposite way, man. And you know what? This would have probably been a 3.5 movie beer for me, and it just wasn't my thing, man. It was just kind of, I was watching it, starting to doze off on it. It just didn't really captivate me that much. And then the fact they had Van Diesel in it, that right there gave it a whole nother beer.
So what's your score?
Me personally, Van Diesel, I cannot stand Van Diesel's. So 4.
4 even.
Yeah.
Okay. I will abstain, obviously, until I get a chance to actually watch the movie. Sorry about that. Tucker, what you got?
So, God, it pains me to do this, but I actually have to agree with Trey on this. I think this is a one beer movie. It's the dialogue, the script and dialogue are very tight. There's not a lot of action, but there's some genuinely funny moments. You've got a great cast of up and coming actors, because you got to think this is Vin Diesel right when the first Fast and Furious was released, or right around the same time. He also had Pitch Black coming out about the same time. He was not very well known. He was, like I said, he was still up and coming. I think this is a really, really good movie. Yeah, it's one beer for me.
And yeah, Saving Private Ryan came out just 2 years or a year before. It came out in '98. So
yeah, I mean, like I said, this is a one beer movie for me. So if you add up everybody's score, divide by 2, it comes out to a 2 beer movie, which means this movie is better than average, even with Chris's erroneous rating.
It's really not, though. I mean, you say they got a bunch of great actors. Yeah, a bunch of people who go on to be just supporting actors that never win awards, sure. The best thing that Van Diesel's ever done was playing Groot off of Guardians of the Galaxy. I can watch him in that. Yeah, I can watch him in that. That's about it. Only because I ain't got to look at his ugly ass self.
Here's the thing. Well, now that you've said this, I'm totally going to pick a Vin Diesel movie for my next one.
It'll be a 4.
I'm picking Fast and Furious for my next one.
I'm going to go Find Me Guilty.
Well, hey, I was gonna say, since it's December, maybe find you a Vin Diesel movie that's about Christmas. Let's do it. Let's keep a theme for December and try to do Christmas movies.
Yep. Find Me Guilty.
What is that?
It's a Vin Diesel Christmas movie.
Okay.
It's Christmas in the way that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Hey, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Maybe I'll do Die Hard next week for my Christmas movie.
I'd be okay with that. Because if you don't, I'm going to.
There you go. I'll figure it out. Top 5 episodes. Does this make anyone's top 5?
It's a great movie, but I don't think so. Not for me.
Trey?
What are my top
5?
Trey, you've got number 1 is Boondock Saints. Number 2 is Mail Order Brides. Number 3 is Tombstone. Number 4 is Very Bad Things. Number 5, She's Out of My League.
Ooh, yeah, I'll take the Mail Order Brides out and put this in.
2. All right. Wow.
In no particular order.
I've actually had 2 changes to my top 5 recently. Ghostbusters and Saving Private Ryan both made it to my top 5.
Ghostbusters is a perfect movie. No beers.
Hey, I'm okay with that. Chris, we didn't get your review for Ghostbusters, did we?
No, I think I was out and about or whatever. Yeah, I mean, Ghostbusters, I watched it too, but something happened. Oh, no, y'all recorded so late at night, I couldn't get on.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, because it was like, y'all were doing it so late. It was like, dude, I got to be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning. I can't be up this late. So, Ghostbusters is definitely I'm with them right there. 1.5.
Gotcha. Trey, I've actually got you at a 1, but that's okay.
Okay.
All right, Chris, you want any changes to your top 5?
No, this movie sucks. I mean,
all right.
I'm just being honest, dude.
No,
I would not even watch this again.
That's fair. All right, like I said, next week it'll be my choice. It's our 100th episode, which is kind of weird to think about, right? That means
Yeah.
we've obviously been doing this over a year, but like 100, or I guess
Almost
2 years.
2 years.
2 years. Yeah. So that's pretty crazy to think about, guys, but I think that's a pretty good milestone right there. Die Hard might be on the menu. I don't know. Let me think about it, and I'll try to let you guys know. But I'm glad you're all still here. I'm glad we got to do this together, and hopefully we'll all be here for the next 100. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
yep.
So
Too bad we
before
can't all get together. You could bring some of that sugar over, and we could do an episode on that.
No,
Why not?
no.
Trey Tucker said that you might want to come up and we can go visit my neighbor across the street because I found out that he's growing shrooms.
I'm down.
Chris, you're welcome as well. You'll be up here in a couple of weeks, actually.
Yeah, I will. It's like a month.
Yeah. Before then, though, if you want to find us on the web, you can do so at theguysreview.simplecast.com. Email me anything, and I will read it poorly at theguysreviewpod@gmail.com. Instagram at theguysreviewpod. Twitter at @the_guysreview. Facebook.com/theguysreviewpod. Please subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you get your podcasts from. Anybody got anything else they want to add?
Nope.
Nice.
Nope.
All righty. Well, on behalf of Chris, Trey, Tucker, I'm Steven, and this has been another episode of The Guys Review. Thanks so much. We will see you next week.